Hey guys, what's going on? I gotta make a video on closing. I just went to an amazing trainer by NMD Brian Donovan, and I want to give you a quick summary of what he talked about. It was amazing. The first thing he talked about was you need to begin by asking. The presentation's over, the video's over, and you're gonna turn to him and you're gonna tell him, "So pretty cool, right? You coming with me? So pretty cool, right? Ready to get started?" Either one of those, and give them a high five just to see where they're at. Number one. Number two, listen to them. They're going to give you one of several objections, and it's always the same. I don't have time. I don't have money. I can't sell. I don't travel. I got to talk to my wife. It's a pyramid. Whatever it is, be ready for it. Write down an answer from what you've heard others say in the principles I'm going to give you. And then ask them. Answer the question and then ask them. So, we took care of that. So you ready to get started? If they say, "I don't have time," I totally understand. So what I hear you say is, if you had the time and we had a strategy to do it without time, you would do it, correct? Well, yeah, cool, man. Come in with me, right? Let's do it. We have a strategy for that. I have some notes here because I don't want to miss anything. And I'm going to give you 5 principles that he mentioned. The principle number 1, because see, this is more than an art, than a science, it's an art. You're going to have to just grow and become the person who can close people and help them make a decision. When somebody gives you an excuse, first of all, it's they're showing that they have interest, but there's an excuse. Don't be surprised. Maintain your energy, your enthusiasm high. A lot of people, when they tell you, "Well, I don't have the money," you immediately go into a body language of, "Oh." No, stay up. Like, "Oh, I totally get it, man." So what I hear you say is, if you did have the money, or if there was a way to do it without it costing you anything, you would do it, right? Great. We have a program just for that. You ready to get started? I'll show you how that works. The next point is facts tell, stories sell. Rather than just answering the question, answer with a story. Become a story collector. So if somebody tells you, "Man, I don't have any time. I like it." So what I hear you say is, you like it, but you don't have the time, right? If there was a way to do it with that time, you would do it, right? Yeah. Well, you really make me think of my friend Rudy or my friend Scott. Scott was an executive for a software company, and he was super, super busy, and he was able, through a strategy that we have, to leverage time and to multiply his time. And by you telling the story and giving them the result, telling them today he's retired, he travels all over the world, and he has the time that he didn't have. How much do you want to create the time? Would you like to do it if it was possible? Yes. Awesome. Let's do it. You ready to get started? Next one is, you need to transmit, to communicate vision, cast vision. You need to remember that most people are bored. They have lives that are very monotonous. And if you bring hope to them, that is very refreshing. They're not used to somebody being excited and casting vision. If you tell somebody, "Look, I'm going to put in thousands of people, and you should come and join me because I'm going to do this in a big way. Come on, you coming with me?" See, Scott, my mentor, told me one time, we got to go to a place and kick down the door, enthusiasm at level 10. And if they either kick us out or they join us and they embrace us. People that are going to be turned off by your enthusiasm, they're not for you. But by your energy, you're going to find people who are actually going to respond to you, the right people that you're looking for. The next point is urgency. Urgency. Have a list of the people that you're going to show and tell them, "Look," if they tell you, "Man, I got to go think about it, I got to talk to my wife," you can tell them, "I understand, totally get it, but you like it, right?" "Yes." "Okay, the reason why I'm asking you is because, look, see, I'm going to go this guy, Keith. Keith is a successful business owner. He used to be in sales for years, and now he's independent. And I'm going to go show him right now, as soon as we're done here. And I don't know if he's going to do it, but I think he will like it. And if he does, and you have your position first, then he'll go in your team, and everything he does will benefit you for the rest of your life." What do you say, man? You want to save your spot? Ready to get started? And you also need to, I'm going to give you the last point, which is the secret weapon. The secret weapon is, people don't join your company. People join you. They join you with how much conviction are you speaking. I mean, how convinced are you when somebody gives you an objection You're talking to a husband and a wife, and he tells you, man, I don't have time. I work a lot. And you turn to them, you talk to the wife, and you ask him, is that right? He works a lot? Yes. How would you feel if that was not a problem anymore a year from today? Yeah, I would feel great. Listen, we have a strategy where you can do this. We can leverage your time. Let's do it. Coming with me? When you speak with that kind of conviction, that kind of vision, people want to follow you. You have to remember that nobody does that in society today. See, you can also tell people the concept is new right here where you are. You're going to keep hearing about this over and over and over and over. Do you want all these new people to be in your team, or do you want to be in somebody's team later on? Do you want to ride the wave that is rising right now, or do you want to be pedaling behind the wave trying to catch up in the future? I'm trying to give you an opportunity right now to do it now. So people are buying from you. You can use that when you know somebody very closely. If you're very convinced that this is the thing that you're doing, you can tell your close friend, listen, do you know me? Yes. Do you trust me? Yes. Come with me, man. We're going to do this thing. We're going to do this huge, huge, huge thing. You need to come with me. You coming with me? Just like that. Have I ever led you wrong? If you have that kind of a relationship with a person. See, when you're speaking like that, now you need to go do it, because you're casting such a big vision that people are compelled to follow you. And another thing that I heard today is build your own story, right? So if they're going to go think about it, you can tell them, okay, I totally understand, but let me just ask you something. When you are in the business and you're going to be showing the business to somebody else, one of your friends, and they ask you, hey, how did you get started? Did you sign up right away, or did you go think about it? What are you going to tell them? Don't you want to tell them, man, I made a quick decision. I mean, were you doubting or were you decisive? Were you lukewarm or were you hot? That is the kind of story you want to duplicate. So when people tell you that, you can also ask them, let me see if I hear you correctly. So you really like it, but you really just want to go think about it. Yes, but you do like it, right? I mean, you would do it. Yes, I am interested. Okay, reason why I'm asking you is, are you sure, or is that just your polite way of saying no? Because a lot of people just, don't want to say no. And if it's no, it's no big deal. But just tell me now, because if it's yes, then I want to know that I need to be ready to help you. And if people tell you, no, I am interested, then you can tell them. In a scale from 1 to 10, let me ask you something. 1 being, man, I hate this, I would never do it. And 10 being, I love it, I'm ready to do it right now. Where are you? If they tell you 5 or less, just say goodbye. It's not a 5, it's a 3. But if it's an 8, you can tell them, what would it take for you to take you from an 8 to a 10? And they'll tell you the reason. And again, answer the objection and then say, so what do you say? Ready to get started? Coming with me? Just do it. Many times they say, no, man, I like it. I still want to go think about it. And you can ask them, let me ask you something, because I want to encourage you. If you do want to do it, not to pressure you, but I want to encourage you. Are you going home just to muster up the courage to do this? Because a wise man once said, whether you believe you can do it or whether you believe you can't, you are correct. So many times you just got to make the decision. We have the evidence that this works. I am going to help you. And sometimes you just got to jump and grow the wings on the way down. Because let me remind you of something. 95% of the population are employees. Only 5% of the population are entrepreneurs, self-starters, people that are proactive. I want to encourage you to become part of the 5%. And it's going to help you if you just make a decision. If you do like it, don't procrastinate. There's a habit in our society on procrastinating. And I'm going to encourage you to be more powerful than that. I'm going to help you. What do you say? Coming with me? Ready to get started? Practice these principles, and more importantly, become the person who can be completely convinced and who has developed the art of truly listening to the individual and truly helping them. We're not here to force anybody, but if somebody is really wanting to make the decision, they need you to be the leader, to lead them where they want to go. I'll see you soon. Let's go close them up.